Hi, my name's Chris and I'm the creator of WebWeaver. So this is a video to demonstrate the progress that I've made so far. We're just going to go ahead and create a simple gardening website for a local business. So yeah, let's get started. Hi, I run a gardening service based in Sheffield.
That's great. I'll update your business description with that information. Next, could you please let me know the name of your gardening service? If you need help coming up with a name, I'm happy to suggest some.
Okay, you can suggest some then.
Sure, here are a few suggestions for your gardening service. 1. Sheffield Garden Care.
I like number 4.
Great choice. Your business name is now Blooming Gardens Sheffield. Next, could you provide the location of your business? Since you've already mentioned Sheffield, do you want to include any specific areas or neighborhoods you serve?
We serve all of S17.
Thank you. We've noted that you serve the S17 area in Sheffield. Do you have a team for Blooming Gardens Sheffield? If yes, could you provide their names and roles?
Yeah, so there's me, I'm a head gardener. My sister Charlotte helps out sometimes. My wife Susan handles the business and admin side of things. And my friend Dave helps with the landscaping.
Perfect. We've added the details of your team. Now, could you please provide the contact details you would like to display on your...
Yeah, so the email address is chris@btinternet.com and the phone number is 079 899 45111.
Great. Your contact details have been noted. Finally, do you have any additional requests or requirements for your website? For example, any design preferences, writing style, or specific content you would like to include?
Keep the tone quite casual and friendly, I guess. Could you mention that we offer a wildflower garden service? And could you include a image of a sunflower somewhere?
Everything is set. We'll start generating your website now. Please hold tight for a moment.
Okay, good. So the assistant has gathered all of our requirements and is just going ahead and generating the website now. So the content on the website depends on the nature of the business. So, for example, if it was a photography portfolio, it would be more image based. If it was an academic portfolio, it would be more text based, for example. So it doesn't give you the same like boilerplate layout every single time. So if I was working on my own, it wouldn't include a team section, for example. Um, yeah, just almost done with that. Should be done fairly soon, I think. Okay, good. So let's see what it's given us. So there's our sunflowers that we asked for. Um, okay, looks fairly sensible. So with regard to editing, it's pretty easy. It's meant to be as intuitive as possible. You just hover your mouse over something and you can make the changes in place like so. You don't have to worry about saving or um, previewing or anything like that. There's no pop-ups, there's no complicated menus, etc. There are some limited options for things like alignment, things like bullet points, things like making text bold, making text italic, etc. Um, it is deliberately a little bit restrictive in this sense. It is very easy to make very bad looking websites with tools like this, and this kind of protects users from themselves in a way. Although in future I'll add a mode for more technical users who are able to deal with making, I don't know, some more bespoke changes. For images, you just hover it over it and you click on it, and either you can upload your own image here or you can choose from this library, and you can also search for other things. So for example, if I search tree, we can go with that tree there. Okay, good. So, not sure about this image. Let's go with that one. Same with this. Sometimes the images it produces aren't ideal. Landscaping. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, what else? Looks like it's fairly sensible. There's our team that we asked for. I'll just have my name there. Get in touch, some testimonials. Yeah, it's got the email address and S17. Okay, right. So in addition to this area here, there is actually a settings pane hidden away in the corner here. Most people don't see this, and for the most part, they don't seem to need to use it. They're happy just talking to the AI assistant, but you can add things here. So for example, if I wanted to add a Facebook link, and I can say gardening Sheffield, I can just add that here and that would appear on the page like so. And let's just add a YouTube link in there too. Okay, good. So there's also some themes that you can choose from here. Some presets. They are fairly simple though. They're just color schemes and font changes for the most part. With regards to like actual design, there's only this very simple basic layout that I'm using for the time being, which kind of works well with all sorts of content, but in future I intend to add more advanced sort of designs here. So the theme it chooses will depend on the business itself. So for example, for this gardening website, it looks like it's chosen Greenleaf, which sounds fairly fitting for a gardening business. We can also change our background here. Yeah, let's go with that one. And just some very basic customization options for fonts. We can change the font family, the size, we can change button rounding if we wanted to, and size as well. Again, it doesn't allow you to do anything too crazy, but that's kind of by design. Most people are happy with what the AI gives it and don't really make many changes to this part. Okay, so in addition to being able to do this themselves, users can also like ask the AI assistant to do things for them if they can't figure out how or they just don't want to for some reason. So yeah, I'm just going to demonstrate that now. Okay, it's looking good. Can you make my buttons a bit darker, please?
I've darkened the buttons for you. Feel free to take another look and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to adjust.
So I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it's just maybe these buttons are a little bit darker. It has history too, so if you want to change it back to the way it was before, you can just ask it to do that. Actually, can you change them back to the way we were before, please?
The button color has been reverted to its original.
Just going to turn that TTS off. Yeah, so it just made those buttons back to the original red color. It can do its best to interpret vague commands if the user doesn't really know what they want or doesn't really know how to describe what they want to see. Can you make my fonts pop a bit more? So in this case, it's offered to make the text bigger, bolder, and darker. Yeah, go ahead, all three. Good. In addition to kind of like visual changes, it can also actually edit the content of the site itself. Let's go ahead and try that. Thanks. Moving on to the content, where it says about us, can you update that to say about our gardens? So I'm just talking about this heading here. Okay. And the text below that, can you make that 3 paragraphs, please, instead of 4? Okay, so it's updated this to be just 3 paragraphs as opposed to 4, what it was before. Thanks. And the image to the right, can you update that to be a beautiful garden? Okay, let's go with this one. That looks quite nice. Good. So as I mentioned, it can edit anything it can change anything you can do via the UI. So, for example, if I wanted it to, I don't know, can you change the button that says "Get in touch" to say "Contact us" instead? So this button here, it should update that to say "Contact us." Okay. Thanks. And can you swap the position of Emma's review and Sarah's review, please? Yeah, so it just puts Sarah's to the front there and then Emma's to the back. Okay. Can you remove the phone number from the contact us section? Thanks. And the map, instead of S17, it should show all of Sheffield. Okay, great. So there's Sheffield there. One more. Thanks. And can you remove the second and the last FAQ, please? Okay, I updated that just fine. So when the user's finished with editing their website, the AI assistant can also help them to publish it. Let's go ahead and try it. Can you make my website live on the internet so other people can see it? So at this point, it's asking us to upgrade to a premium subscription. So users can create a website for free, but in order to actually publish online, they do need to subscribe to the monthly plan. And the AI assistant can help people do that. Okay, how much does it cost? What's the cheapest way to do it? How much cheaper is the option to pay at once rather than pay every month? So in addition, it can also act as a support tool, so it can help users with queries like that, for example. So in this case, it's telling us we save £42. Okay, let's go ahead with the cheapest option then. So now it just updates us to Stripe. I've got some test information here. I'm just going to add. Okay. Good, looks like that went through. So yeah, let's get our website live. Okay, it said it was upgraded. Can you make the website live now? Okay, so our website is now live. So if we go to this link and give it a second, we can see our website. So it looks exactly as it did in the editing mode. Looks pretty good, I think. Let's view it in mobile as well. Yeah, so the whole thing works in mobile just the same way that it does in desktop. We'll close that. Okay, so that's the normal flow. The AI assistant will be able to assist with domain name customization too. I haven't quite implemented that yet. How do I get my own special .com name? I want bloominggardens.com. And for the time being, it'll just tell me to contact the support email address, and I'll do that manually. Okay, so that's that. What else can it do? So via this contact form here, if we just send a message, so Chris at chrispol.com, hello, how much for a hedge trim? So So we can send a message here, and we should see that we get this message appearing here. So the AI assistant can also deal with inbox messages. I'll just send another one, James at btinternet.com. Do you offer landscaping services? I'll submit that too. Okay, thanks for that. Has anybody used the form on the website that says contact us? Has anyone sent any inquiries? So yeah, it's just giving us the information about the inquiries we sent by the form. I've already replied to James's inquiry. Can you delete it, please? I'll just reply to Chris myself. Okay, and I've just asked it to delete James's inquiry, and yeah, it's just got mine left. What else can it deal with? It can also deal with customer support requests. So if there's a problem or the user needs like some help, then this can raise support tickets on their behalf. Okay, but there's a loading icon on my screen and it just won't go away no matter what I do. So yeah, it's just raised a support request, and I can see that on my side and get back to them. So it'll also flag users that are abusing the system in some way. For example, I don't know, uploading inappropriate content or asking the AI assistant to do things that it shouldn't be doing. It can handle that sort of thing automatically. It can also handle things like account management as well. So let's try that now. Thanks. I want to update my account. My name is Christopher, not Chris. Can you update that, please? So hopefully we should see here. Yeah, it's just updated that to say Christopher as opposed to Chris. Okay, how can I change my password? So for things that I can't reasonably ask it to do via the AI assistant, so for example, I don't want users entering their passwords here, it'll just redirect them to the appropriate part of the site so they can change their password manually from here. Same with things like deleting a website too. I don't want them to be able to delete a website via the AI assistant. They'd have to come here and enter their password into this input in order to do that. It can also deal with like subscription management. Thanks, but I want to manage the way I pay. Can you help me manage my subscription payment method, please? So this will just take me to the appropriate part of Stripe to allow me to make those changes, like so. What else haven't I mentioned? It can support other languages too. So in addition to supporting English, it can support a lot of other languages out of the box. Let's try that. 哎，你好，你说中文吗？ Let's put the TTS back on. 你能把我的按钮变红吗？ I've asked it to make my buttons red, but they are actually already red, so that was a bit silly of me. Looks like
您
it
的
just
按
made
钮
them.
颜色已经变成红色了。如果还有其他需要帮助的地方，请随时告诉我。
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, but it just made them even more red. Let's make them smaller as well. 谢谢，还小一点吧。
按钮已经变小了。 如果还有其他需要调整的地方，请随时告诉我。
Okay, good. So that just made the buttons smaller as I asked. So it also works on mobile. So in addition to being able to edit it on desktop, they can also edit it on their mobile device or their tablet. They just have this little button down there, and they can talk to it here. 谢谢啊. And they can see the messages there, but they can also open this and make changes from here as well. The whole thing works in mobile just as well as it does desktop. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for viewing my demo.